Pastor Jim here with another question and answer session. We're answering questions from the sermon on Sunday, each Sunday over the next few weeks using the hashtag PRDXGenesis. You can submit your questions in. On Sunday, we talked about racial reconciliation, and so I'll answer a few questions coming from that. The first was this: how do I respond to racism in my own heart and in my friends and family members? And really, the first thing we need to do is just have a humility before God. Before we repent and confess and begin to work out some of those root sins that has produced this fruit sin of racism, we need to stand before God, humbled, and seeing Him for who He is. If anyone has the right to judge someone different than them, it would be God, and yet He didn't do that for us. He had mercy and grace and came and He engaged us and loved us. And so we need to be humble before God and then confess that sin of racism before God and then also to others. If you have some racism in your heart that you've seen in light of the teaching on Sunday, then I would just suggest taking someone from the race in which you've had racism towards. So if you're African American, talking with an Anglo man or woman. If you are an Anglo, talking with an African American man or woman or whatever race it might be, and just saying, hey, I have this in my heart. God has made me aware of this. I want to confess this to you. And really the same thing with friends and family members, confronting them on those issues and talking with them about that and saying, hey, I see this in you. And especially if you've seen it in your own heart and then you see it in their heart, then you get to share with them, man, I've done this as well. This is part of my heart as well. Here's what I'm doing, and I think you need to do it also. And then the second question was, how do I practically pursue racial harmony and reconciliation? And I talked about this on Sunday a little bit, that the cross of Christ, it's already it produced for us reconciliation. In the cross, we have reconciliation with God and with one another. And so really it's just then walking out in that reconciliation. And so I don't know how to do this other than relationally. Just reaching across the lines and engaging with people over coffee or lunch, getting to know them, talking with them, and building friendships with people that are different than you.